More speeches than you can handle in one day, right? I thought you were done with all of them. My name's Don Jones. I'm also a trustee of the Milton Foundation for Education, and also representing my family here, Kristen Bagley Jones and Evan and Allie Jones, who are here too. Evan will be a freshman next year here at the high school, so it's going to be a great experience for him having the opportunity to visit the lab. Science is one of his favorites too. And math. You've got to keep an eye on him though, Mr. Drotter. In any case, one of the things that the Carrolls, the Hoys, and the Joneses wanted to do with the celebration 2 years ago was really create some new, energetic ideas to invigorate the auction. And we were really pleased when we, in speaking with the faculty and administration, Mary Gormley, and the principal here, and Barbara Polonsky and Paul, they were all just great and energetic and enthusiastic about the whole idea of funding math, science, and technology. And this lab is really a partnership with them. They really helped us, even though there were funders and whatnot that paid for everything. It was their inspiration in many ways and ideas about what we could do for the future of Milton Public Schools, and that's really great. And they inspired all of us in many, many ways. Barbara's energy in particular was really tremendous to all of us, too. When we were putting together this idea about a challenge that we would do to the audience, the one thing we needed were a couple of key donors behind the scenes to step out. And the one that jumped out to me was Tom Flynn, and representing the Carpenters Union. And Tom and his family and I had all coached baseball together, and I asked him to be part of the major gift committee that we were working on. And Tom said at one point, in the middle of the fall, when we were beginning to put together the money for this, he said, well, I feel that the Carpenters have done well for, have benefited from the new schools and everything, and this is the Carpenters' way of paying back the town of Milton. And Tom said that night, and we're going to pledge $10,000. And after we all screamed and hugged each other and said, we're actually going to do this, it was a very powerful message. And I think that led to a number of other things that came about. Keyspan, Milton Fuller Housing Corporation, Meeting House Bank, National Grid, NSTAR. You heard a little bit about Mass Bioed. Also Boston University that came in and helped donate a lot of the products that you see in the room too, all for free. I think one of the valuable things about this is this was a partnership between private industry, the Carpenters Union, parents. More than 50 families participated in funding this lab as well, too. And I don't know about all of you, but the night I was there, when the celebration was happening, and all those paddles went up, not because they were getting something out of the deal. It wasn't like, geez, I'm going to go to Florida. I'm getting the Red Sox tickets. I got the signed autographed ball. This was more, they're inspired by what Paul and Barbara were trying to do in our schools. And I think in the end, that's what it's all about, because everyone wins. The exposure for the schools, but most importantly, these guys holding the tape, and my son and your sons and all of our kids, that's where it's all at. That's why we do what we do. It's not because to stand up here or the recognition or anything. It's all about the kids. And in the end, that's what we're all so passionate, and that's why we're here. And I just wanted to really just make that really, really clear. And thank you all for coming, and we appreciate it. This time we're going to ask Dawn if she would do the official opening by cutting the tape, if we could. And we have the official Biotech CSI scissors. These have fingerprints on them, so make sure you get a copy of that. Okay.
Is there a special way to do it?
No. Tear into it.
There you go.
Okay. Great. Okay. Thank you. Dawn, is there anything you or Tom want to express on behalf of the Carpenters Union?
It was really exciting walking around and talking to all these high school kids. It was unbelievable, their excitement. My kids are in 6th and 7th grade, and I know that they'll both love and look forward to using this equipment one day. And I just want to thank you all that have helped with building better schools for Milton. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Dawn. Tom would have been with us, but unfortunately got called to the West Coast at kind of a last minute last week, and he's been an enthusiastic supporter, and we got to be friends through baseball and Little League. We got coached together, and so it was a lot of fun. So we're glad to have the Flynn family involved. We're a stronger school system with them involved. If we could ask you all just to step out into the hall, we're going to unveil the plaque, and represented here is the Cunningham Foundation, Fuller Housing Corporation, of course, Carpenters Union. And we just ask if you could just unveil the plaque. The plaque includes all the featured sponsors, the corporations, but also all of the families that raised their paddles. And there is good news for all of you. Those that would still like to contribute to the lab, there are ways that we can integrate your name into that plaque. And I know Mr. Drotter would find that very helpful for next year's budget. Okay.
Okay, so this is DNA fingerprinting, and we're using pipettes for this.
So what is it you're doing?
We're going to take genetic material, DNA, and we're going to be able to test it against other DNA. So like if it was a suspect case, we could test it to see what DNA matched. So in this, we're going to take it and put it into a gel. And then this gel would actually be put into something like this, which is an electrophoresis chamber. And it measures, because DNA is negatively charged, it moves to the positively charged end, which is getting voltage from this machine. So the DNA has been cut up into enzymes into different sizes, and the different sizes travel farther distances. Like the longer the fragment is, the less it travels. So you're going to end up with a series of lines and patterns, and from that you can compare the suspect's DNA to the DNA found at the site. And if it's the same, then it matches.
And what is your name?
My name is Julia Hanna.
And what grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
Well, thank you, Julia.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Bobby Hitt.
My name's Alex McLean.
We're going to be showing you how we insert a gene into bacteria.
How you do what?
Insert a gene into bacteria.
You're going to insert a gene into bacteria. Okay, sounds good. How do we do this here?
Alright, so this right here is just a regular control bacteria. Can you see that?
Okay.
And we put ampicillin, which is an antibiotic, on this plate.
Okay.
So this bacteria is not immune to ampicillin, so it dies right away.
Okay.
And what happens is we inserted a gene resistance to ampicillin into their food supply. So in turn, the offspring of the bacteria eating the food were able to inherit the gene for ampicillin resistance. So both of these here have ampicillin on them, and as you can see,
slow down. Let me zoom in. Okay.
As you can see, they both have bacteria growing on them. However, the gene P-glow, which is the ampicillin resistance, also has a side effect, which is also known as glowing in the dark. But for glowing in the dark to happen, there needs to be a sugar present called arabinose. And this plate here has arabinose in it. Arabinose, I know. And
our viewers know all about that stuff. Go ahead.
Lights.
Oh, so lights off?
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Lights are off.
All right.
Folks at home, there's nothing wrong with your television.
All right. So this plate glows in the dark. I don't know how well you can see it, but you can take my word for it.
Okay.
And another thing, a cooler thing, if you come over here, we'll show you. If you can,
go ahead.
If you can, we inserted the same gene into fish.
You have fish in there that glow in the dark?
Yep.
Yes, they do.
Oh, I think we can see them. Let's see. Oh, yeah, okay.
That's the cooler part. And that's about it, but, you know, we're kind of psyched to have all this stuff because it's new to us and it's exciting and our teachers are excited and it's a great opportunity to have.
Well, thank you, gentlemen.
Yep.
Turn some lights on. Thank you for being on Talk of the Town. And what grade are you both in?
Junior.
Junior, okay. So you're going to be spending some more time in the bio lab, I take it?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, is this getting you more excited about science?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you.
All right, well, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hello, everybody. This is Brian Kelley, and welcome back to Talk of the Town. We have an exciting show for you this evening. We're up at the high school in the new bio lab. The Foundation for Education and Celebration for Education in 2006 had a fund need, and they funded this bio lab. And with some other grant money, we were able to put an awesome thing together here. We have the co-chairs of the event. We have Peter Hoy. We have Don Jones. We have Kristen Jones. Aren't you running for school committee? Kristen Jones. And we have Sue Hoy. They were, and Paul and Tricia are on here. Paul and Tricia Carroll. They were also co-chairs that year. And here's some of the students that are going to benefit from the new bio lab in years to come, aren't you? Are you excited about science? Yes, excited about everyone here today is excited about science. You're going to see why in a minute. I'm going to bring you around the room, meet some of the people, meet some of the donors. Don, you said like over 50 donors.
More than 50 families.
50 families.
50 families, plus another 10 corporations and foundations that got behind this project. It was a real investment between private industry, the school system, and the families in the town of Milton. It's a great
Excellent.
endeavor.
So what do you say about science? We love science?
We love science!
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Linda Lee Sheridan. Linda, what do you think of what's happening here today?
This is so exciting. I was joined today here by Glenn Pavlicek and Laurie Stillman. Byrne Lovely, the chair, wanted to be here but had a meeting at work. And it's just an exciting day for the Milton Public Schools to celebrate the opening of the biotech lab. In such difficult budgetary constraint times like we have right now, to be able to celebrate this opening totally funded by the people of the town of Milton, so generously by grants and donations. Not a penny from our school budget went into this building of this facility here. And another exciting thing is that there are so many people that volunteer for the Milton Foundation for Education. The foundation has been doing good work for years and years, and we owe so much of a debt of gratitude to them all.
We do. And to you.
Oh, thank
all those
you.
long hours trying to, pull a budget together out of, limited funds. And I respect those who are willing to put the time and the energy to do that.
Well, thank
we
you.
appreciate your efforts, and
Thank you.
hopefully things will get brighter in the future. I don't know how, but this is a bright spot today.
This is a bright spot today.
It's nice to
exactly.
see you on TV. You're not
Thank
having to
you.
be fighting about money. You're talking about positive,
That's
exciting
right.
changes here in town.
Celebrating is a good thing.
That's right. Thank you very much,
Thank
Linda
you,
Lee.
Brian.
And go enjoy some of that bio lab cake. I think it might be radioactive, so be careful. Okay, folks. Thank you for watching Talk of the Town. Stand by. We have Eileen Marr in the wings. She's ready to tell you about some awesome movies. She's been working hard, so we'll be right back. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I'm Alexa McKenzie, and I'm a senior at Milton High School.
And I'm Kirby Jackson. I'm a freshman at Milton High School.
And what's going on here?
This is called gel electrophoresis. What you do, it's a way of comparing DNA. So you have your DNA, you use enzymes to cut it at certain sequences, and then you put the DNA, you use a micropipette to put the DNA into little wells in a gel. You would put the gel into a chamber like this to send electricity through it. The gel would sit here, the DNA starts at this end, it goes from the negative to the positive. Each molecule of DNA has a negative charge on it, so it gets pulled toward a positive electricity. Okay?
And then the different strands of DNA move different amounts because of their size. The small ones would stay very close to the wells because the gel is kind of like a mesh. The small ones get to move through all the holes in it, where the big ones get all tangled up and get stuck in one spot. So the small ones could travel very far down, and the big ones would stay close to the wells.
So you can see, on here, you can see it makes a pattern like a barcode. So from this well, there were a lot of big fragments of DNA and a few small ones. So you can see the pattern it made. And that, if that was crime scene DNA, and these were all suspects, this is your guy, because you can see that the DNA, the pattern matches up. He had the same set of fragments when the enzyme cut the DNA. So he had the same DNA.
So you got your man. Thank you very much. What do you think, Will? You looking forward to coming to high school someday?
Yeah.
Good.